Hello guys and welcome to the channel. So I've been playing Apex Legends for a couple weeks now, and when I started playing I looked for some settings to the Nacon controller. I didn't find any, and today I looked again and I didn't see any still, so I decided to come and share mine for those of you who want to play Apex but doesn't have like the controller settings that you want to. Therefore I decided to, let me show mine, and then I will in the end also show the in-game sensitivity settings I have. So first of all, then let's go on the right joystick. On the right joystick I put my dead zone radius at 2. I normally, when I played Siege competitive, I had it at 0. When I played Fortnite I had it at 0. But in Apex I just prefer having a bit dead zone, because otherwise when you're aiming at people and they move and I move my joystick, I move it too far if I don't have a dead zone. So therefore I decided to have a bit of dead zone, but not too much. The response curve is I have a constant slurp on it, and that's just because I prefer not having a different sensitivity on how much, depending on how much you move the joystick. And then I put the switch, put it on low sensitivity, and I always do that whenever I do settings in the Nacon controller. It just makes it feel more like a normal dual-shock controller when moving. It doesn't. It's just nicer to have, even though I play on a high sensitivity. It's just nice to have on low. If we go over to mapping, then I put M1 at arrow up and M2 at L1, and that's because I ping on arrow up and I use my gadget at L1, and I use my special ability by pressing arrow up and L1 at the same time. Therefore, if I have the two buttons in the back doing it for me, then it makes it easier. Then I have M3 for crouch and M4 for jumping. And that's just when you're in close engagement, then you don't have to remove the thumb from the right joystick in order to still move and still, like, basically just makes it harder target for the opponent to hit you. Then if we move on to dead zones for the triggers, then as I do in Siege as well, I put down the stop at 50%, and that's just because then I create a false trigger stop, since the Nacon doesn't have a trigger stop, and it's just nice. So, and then I put down 5% the trigger, so it's easier for me to do rapid fire. If I have a gun that I have to shoot fast rapidly, then it's not good to have, like, then I don't have to let go all the way of my R2. I can just, it just makes it easier, basically, what I've experienced. Then I don't do any macros, so that's basically the settings I have for my Nacon controller. And of course I have vibration turned off, as I always do. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in depth with showing my settings. Button layout. I put my button layout on grenade. I had a friend telling me from the beginning that I should put it on that because he found it better, and I tried it and I like it as well. He changed this back to default, but I like having it on Grenada, and that's also because I have the settings as I showed you on the Nacon, so it doesn't really matter. It's just faster to, I use grenade more often than I use the full ability, so it's nice to have the grenades on the R1. I don't have to, like, move my hand that much away from the controller in order to use it. Then I didn't do anything there. Aim button as a whole, of course. And then when sensitivity, I put it on ultra high and super high. This is simple because that I go back and forth about insane and ultra high. It's just, it doesn't feel that fast. I don't feel the difference, so I just put it down a bit, like, most of the time. But sometimes I put it up as well because I feel annoyed that it's too slow. Then on sensitivity ADS, that's when you're aiming down sight. That means when you're holding the L2 button down and you're trying to aim. I put it on super high, and that's mainly because I feel like very high is way too slow. Super high is a bit fast. Like, I really wish that Apex would do like other games and you'll be able to adjust more, like in numbers from 1 to 100 instead of this shit. But I put it on super high just simply because very high was too slow, and super high is a bit fast, so it makes it a bit hard to use like wingman and stuff. But at the same way, then if somebody's close to me, it's way much easier for me to just turn on them and adjust my aim and to actually hit them. And I cannot do that with very high. It's just too slow for me. I don't know if it's anything due to the Nacon or anything, but it's just way too slow. Response curve, I put it on classic. That is mainly because I don't, as it said in the Nacon sensitivity explanation, that I don't like it to be different. I prefer it to just be straight with the same slope everywhere. Then you think I would put it on a liner, but that's mainly if you use mouse and keyboard. So I just prefer classic. And then that zone I had it on none, because like normally I play and know that zone in other games, but it was just a bit too hard to control. That's also why I put it up in a bit on the controller settings, but just to get more so it's easier to hold the controller still, like the aim still, and laser people. Movement that zone doesn't really matter. It's just L3. That doesn't matter. I always have, whenever I play, I have my vibration off, just so it doesn't have any disruptions in the hand. I've always had that. On the video, I put my field of view up to 104. I basically didn't know what this mean, and in the beginning I read in the side here. Oh, you can see that. That setting above 70 may impact performance or cause visual issues. But I saw somebody else put it up, and I tried to put it up, and it feels so much smoother. It basically feels like you're playing on a PC on PlayStation 4. And how he explained it was that you should only do this with a monitor, and I use a monitor, so it's perfect for me. It just does so you can basically see more. So I don't see a reason not to put this up. I mean, since I did this, things has been easier basically, and I'm not colorblind, so I don't need this. On the audio, I put master volume all the way up and sound effects all the way up, and then I can just adjust on the headset. Dialogue volume I put on 50%, like around there. That's basically just because I feel like there's some funny comments in between, but I don't want them to be too loud. Music I've turned a lot down, and that doesn't love music is up to yourself. I just find it annoying sometimes. Subtitles on. I just always learn to put subtitles on after playing Siege, because in the beginning of Siege, then if the enemy said something, then you will be able to see the subtitles and know someone is close. So I just put that on just in case that would ever happen. So yeah, that was basically it. That's all I had to show you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.